well, the markets, the mid-cap index has also, opened up with a big paint of green, 0.5% higher.
Absolutely. So it seems like, we will start very close to the 10,900 zone, above the 200 DMA for the market. Interesting revival on a couple of bank stocks. Yesterday, the problem for the market was that some of the bigger bank names like HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, they were dragging their feet. Now, at least on that front, we have some respite because the HDFC Twins, ICICI Bank, even Reliance, all your biggies are lined up on the upside of the screen this morning as we're getting ready for the pre-open. Yes Bank is also looking quite interesting. The steel rally that we saw in last week and early part of this week, that also seems to be back if we go by prices in the pre-open. So most of the metal stocks are also up and about. Let's quickly get the trading calls in for 9:10 now. Ashwini, just under 0.5% up on the index. What's the advice? What's the strategy?
See, yesterday in the last half an hour we came off, and I think Nifty came off 60 odd points, and Bank Nifty was probably down 150. Now today at the open it's going to make another attempt to get past yesterday's highs. So my sense is that if we do that, chances are there could be some more follow through 10,950, 970. So maybe buying into this initial gap up to see what sort of follow through you get would be a good idea on Nifty and on Bank Nifty. On the IT index, I think Infosys could open higher, and chances are some people should be short here. So this could get up to 765 and look for a stop of about 730.
Okay. Thanks a lot for that. We'll come back to you for more ideas. Sudarshan, what would be your big call at 9:10?
Well, the big call for the index is that I'm completely confused, and that's why it's much better to step aside. The markets will do its own thing today. NIT Tech is a buying opportunity. IT stocks should do well, whatever the index does. So buy with a stop at 1300 and a target of 1340.
All right, that's Sudarshan's call. Mitesh, what about you? 9:10 call.
Yeah, I would choose a buy on Bharat Forge, a beaten down stock which is trying to give reversal. Keep a stop at 498. Look for a first target of 522.
Okay. Thanks a lot for that. Manisha Gupta has been patiently waiting by. Manisha, thanks for your patience. What's happening in the commodity space?
Well, some rebound is back in crude after that 3.5% decline. There has been bargain buying here. Also, when you look at the API data, that shows a considerable decline in the crude and gasoline inventories over the week in US, and that has been supportive. Most of the Asian markets, equities that is, are doing well, and that has in turn been supportive as well. So we are trading nearly 1.5% back up in last 24 hours in case of the crude oil prices. When it comes to metals, well, the street really is divided. When you look at the steel and the iron ore prices, that one is a percentage point on the higher side. The expectation that the Chinese demand will be back in the next quarter as the winter thaws out is what has been supportive. But the non-ferrous metals really are trading quite flat. There is a bit of a positive, of course, as the US Fed says that they would remain patient on deciding on further rate hikes. But the US and China trade talks really are in focus, and that is one theme that is getting stretched a lot, and the markets really seem to be losing their patience. So when you look at copper and zinc, those are the couple of metals which had been doing quite well in previous few sessions. We've gone in some bit of a profit taking for some of these metals today.
Okay, all right, Manisha, thank you very much for that update. Just about 2 odd minutes to go. Sudarshan, I want to ask you about Tata Motors, because this stock has had a very, very stunning rebound from the lows, the result day lows. There's no incremental positive news that's come in. I don't know if they're selling any more cars out in China or wherever. But interesting price action. What would your advice be here?
Well, it's a remarkable price action, that big bounce, and I would do nothing with it. I would not buy it. There is so much resistance in the 180-200 area. It's best to leave it alone.
Actually, now it looks like it will be a 10,880 kind of open. If it is this way, Ashwini, if you can reiterate your trade.
Well, like to buy the index both on Nifty and Bank Nifty because they kind of came off in the last half an hour. So if you start to get follow through, then people who went short in the last half an hour yesterday, they get into trouble and they will drive the index higher then.
Okay. All right. Mitesh, any separate call on the indices now that you know what the opening is or likely to be?
So I think not really a trading idea right now, because 10,920, 930 would be the range where you would want to explore shorting if in case we see some supply pressure coming ahead.
Okay. Sudarshan, Yes Bank, that's been going from strength to strength actually.
Actually, Yes Bank is an investment buy now. There is a very large base building process that is complete, and I can't give a short-term view, but it's worth buying into if you're an investor.
Okay, what about PSU Bank, Sudarshan? Some of these names like Corporation, etc., the ones that have exited the PCA, are they a day trade?
PSU banks are a short-term buying opportunity, Canara Bank or even Bank of Baroda. But be careful there. There is so much news and they are not outperformers. It's just a momentum play.
Okay. I don't know if any of you track this Dhanlakshmi Bank. I mean, it's a small change, but out of PCA for what it is worth. Ashwini, do you look at this bank at all?
I don't go towards PCA banks.
Okay. They've come out for what it is worth. Okay, market starting with a 0.4% uptick, 10,880 as the pre-opening indicated, opening exactly as pre-opening indicated, and the mid-caps are doing a lot better. Now, okay, it's still the opening tick still remains around those levels for the Nifty, and the Nifty Bank as well up 0.5%, so a little better than the Nifty itself. Mid-caps are really the best performing index at this point in time. Yes Bank is the one that's leading the charts. You just got a strong call from Sudarshan on it. 2.8% higher on that stock. Among the others, of course, there's a little bit of a global push as well for the steel stocks. JSW up 1.5%. Adani Ports is recovering now after that sale pushed it down. Or rather, the purchase of that agro unit pushed it down. Now up 1.2%. Ultratech 1.2% higher. IOC, HPB, BP are all higher by about 1%. Coal India is up 1%. Indiabulls up just about 0.8%. ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, Reliance, Bajaj Finance, all of them up almost 1%. So Nifty is getting a lot of push from some very strong stocks like Reliance and financial stocks. Only the IT stocks seem to be a bit underperforming today. The strength of the rupee could be one reason. Wipro, HCL Tech, TCS, Tech Mahindra, all of them in the red, but by a very small margin. Only Wipro is taking it on the chin, and that should have been expected. Rima alerted you. It's got a downgrade from Credit Suisse. They've usually called the sectors right, and Wipro is down 1.5%.
All right, well, the mid-cap market has some serious thunder associated with it this morning. We've got, look at the outperformance, almost a 1% move on the mid-cap index versus the 0.5% move on the Nifty. Let's straight away get to the winners. PSU Banks, a big opening, long trade at least for now. So whether it's the likes of Allahabad Bank, IOB, Central Bank of India, the entire pack is moving together on the upside. United Bank of India. So most of those names are higher. Do watch out for these glass stocks because this anti-dumping duty from Malaysia, that's really powered up this side of the market. Look at Borosil Glass, 8% on the upside. Hindustan National Glass, 3.5%, La Opala. So, you know, these are not stocks that we usually speak of, but again, today they are all extremely excited. What else is working? Prime Focus, by the way, new names also coming up because I think one of their subsidiaries or one of the entities linked to Prime Focus was actually recognized at the Academy Awards. There's interesting upside play on that stock today. Look at that, 7% up on that stock playing out. So plenty of new names also coming on the screen. Then Himadri Chemicals, 4% up. Adani Power, 4% up. Setco Automotive. So it's not just mid-caps, small caps, and not just the usual suspects. A lot of the other names are also coming up on the screen today.
Panacea Biotech.
Panacea Biotech, yes, for what it's worth. They're promising their lenders will pay up money, they'll raise money through NCDs, etc. That stock's up about 8% on the upside as well. India Cements, 2.5% up. Sugar is back on the upside. In fact, we were just discussing this with Mr. Tulsian. The momentum play on sugar is very, very strong. Look at Triveni, Balrampur, Dhampur. Let's pull out Praj as well and see what's happening over there. But this is one excited pocket of the market for sure. Delta Corp, Petronet LNG, Edelweiss, Mannapuram, Shriram Transport Finance. So a lot of the NBFCs are also not bad to look at as the market opens out. Very strong opening for the mid-caps. They're really stealing away the thunder. Max India is down 5%. This is a sell-on news. And there's some profit taking on future retail. Remember, yesterday was the 7-Eleven news that our colleague Priya broke. Again, sell-on news sort of playing out. Stock is down 1%. Anuj is back with us. Anuj, this is a blowout opening by the mid-caps. The Nifty now at 10,890. How do you look at it?
I think the genesis of this rally is in yesterday's fall, Surbhi, and the fact that, the mid-caps have been showing signs of some kind of reversal. The Bank Nifty also, now, we opened above yesterday's high. Yesterday's high was 10,888. So, anyone who's shorted at any point yesterday is losing money right now. And we are in, on the penultimate day of the series. So the level to watch remains, if you keep trading above 10,890, that will attract a lot of incremental short covering. And, our market right now is in that frame of mind where it wants to sort of buy the dips and good quality stocks, especially like we discussed in the morning as well. Look at Motherson Sumi once again bouncing back. India Cement, I think all these kind of stocks, there could be some follow through in some of these stocks, I think.
Okay. Well, Ashwini, you said that you would go long. What are the contours now?
See, basically, yesterday's high and Nifty is looking fairly strong. So once that yesterday's high is taken out, the market is likely to go ballistic because this 10,900, twice it has resisted the market on the downside. Yesterday, I would think a lot of longs got out, so the market is relatively light. So my sense is that next half an hour, 1 hour, you should get a brisk 40-50 point up move right up to 10,950, 970, maybe even further, because yesterday was a bolt from the blue. So some space has been created on the upside.
Okay. Sudarshan, how do you read this? It's pretty strong. I mean, Nifty, the way mid-caps are sort of playing catch-up. Would you now change your mind? Would you at all look at an index trade?
Yes, it seems so. The markets have opened rather well, and there is a buying opportunity, at least intraday. You consider buying the Nifty now with a stop at 10,850. The stop is a cash index stop, but keep it intraday, but it is possible to make money perhaps.
Okay. Mitesh, what are the observations at 9:15?
So I think, Lata, good opening, a lot of stocks showing follow through. I think the couple of ones which look very good to me, ICICI Prudential, I think is, after a few days of consolidation, is showing signs of an up move, could head towards 325 zones. The other one which I like a lot is DCB Bank and Petronet. I think both these stocks, and DCB Bank has been a recommendation earlier as well. I think it's showing good continuation, should head towards 195 very soon.
Okay, the market's trending higher, absolutely no doubt about it. 10,902 is what you have on the Nifty. Now, this is Wednesday. Remember, trending moves happen on Wednesdays ahead of expiry. Gentlemen, thanks a lot for taking us through the market opening. We'll keep coming back to you.